Okay, well today we're gonna be making up and painting a couple more Temu resin figure kits. So I have the box and I have the bag that one of them came in. Unfortunately, I'd videoed unboxing these and for some reason my camera didn't record it. Probably my own fault. I probably pressed the wrong button. I tend to do things like that. But you remember we had the Mad Max and Indiana Jones ones, so I ordered a couple of more figures. I'll put some screenshots up as I'm talking so you can see what they were like. They were actually cheaper than the other ones, which is mad. Temu's pricing is very weird. If you've got an account and you've bought something similar, they tend to send you more offers and things like that, but at weirdly different prices. So I think both of these were about 12 quid for both, not each. Yeah, very, very, very strange. One of them was Arnold Schwarzenegger, I think from Commando, and one is Sigourney Weaver from Aliens as Ripley, which is quite a nice sculpt by the look of it, because it's not the usual one with Newt. It's just Ripley from, I think, some of the promotional images. They're both similar scale to this Mad Max, so slightly larger than the Indiana Jones, so proper 1/24th scale. Super crisp castings, again very, very nicely done. Real resin castings, not 3D printed. So really happy with them, really crisp. As you can see from the photos, how many parts you get. So the first job, obviously, which again didn't manage to record, was to undercoat them in black, because that works really well for these larger figures. And then I think the camera did start working as I start painting them, so we'll let past me take up the future story, if that makes sense. Okay, sorry about the noise. I've had to cut the fan on because it's so hot here, and otherwise the paint just dries instantly. So as you can see, they're undercoated. It shows up the detail really nicely. So we're going to start painting, and as usual start with flesh, and start with the base flesh colour, which is going to be, come out, burnt sand. I'll just pop some on my wet palette. Anyone painting wet palettes are well worth getting. It's just going to be a case of doing the glasses. Getting old. It usually takes a couple of coats to do the first layer over the black. So just do that on all the fleshy parts. Obviously Arne's got his big muscular arms, so that'll take more. And then we'll just do the usual building up lighter and lighter to create some detail. Okay, so the flesh layer is dried. I'm going to try something a little bit different on these than the last one, see if it works. If it doesn't, paint over it. So I'm just going to use some Reikland Flesh Shade over top of the original colour before we start to lighten it. Just see what effect that has. It might not do anything, might be just a waste of a go, but it might darken it up a little bit and also run into the crevices and give us a little bit of help. We'll see if it works. Okay, so the wash is dried, so what we're going to do now is start building up using lighter and then lighter colours. So first job is to use that base tone just to sort of do the cheeks, etc. And we're just going for the higher the skin, so cheekbones, top of the nose, the lighter it gets. As you can see that, the light's not the best. I want to if I turn my big light on. So yeah, let's see if that works a bit better. You can see it's just building it up and then building in layers until we get something we're happy with. And if you do it in steps, you don't have to blend it because it shouldn't show up if you can see the brush marks after it's dried. Okay, I just swapped my camera to get a bit of a more close up so you can see the face is coming along. She does look grumpy. And then I've been looking at photos of Arnie from Predator and Commando, and this figure appears to be a mix of both because he's wearing the grenades from Commando and he wears a very similar vest, but he also wears the same vest in Predator, and in Predator he seems to have the shirt underneath. So I don't know what to do on it. I might just do it as Predator because otherwise I'd have to do him as all makeup on his face, you know, like green stuff, and I'll probably ruin it. The arms have come out okay. So yeah, pretty pleased so far. I'm going to carry on, so I'm going to do the same with the clothes. Block it in colour, from as in the order you sort of get dressed. Let's put my finger inside. But yeah, start with dark, highlight lighter, and we'll come back and see how we get on. Okay, so they've come out really well. So basically all I've done is added a base to Arnie, because he didn't come with one, and just put some flocked grass on it, although my flocking machine isn't working very well, so it's a little bit depressed. But yeah, I think they came out pretty good. I'm pleased with them. I think it looks like Arnie. Let's just hold him by his base. Give him a little 360, so he comes with some weaponry on him that was stuck on. I did him, it's not really true to Commando or Predator. I did him as an Arnie figure. So yeah, I'm pleased with that. It's a very nice sculpt on that. And I was really pleased with Ripley. She looks suitably morose. She's had a hard time. Really good pose on the sculpt. I'm going to use a little bit of lighter colour, probably just bring some of the creases out, because I think the creases were a little bit dark on her trousers. I think it pulled up. I probably put a bit too much of the wash on. But yeah, the pulse rifle's nicely sculpted. Show you the back of the figure. The jacket's really nicely done, and the face is a good likeness of Sigourney Weaver. So yeah, I'm pleased with both of them. So these little resin figures from Temu, really enjoying doing them. They're a nicer scale for, you know, as I'm getting older, my eyesight's going. It's a nicer scale to work with. I've sent off a couple more. I think it was a Colonial Marine, I think it's Hicks, and a like the bust I did of Sean Connery. There's a bust of Captain Winters from Band of Brothers. So see how that turns out, whether it's the same size as that or whether it turns out to be like the Fury one, much smaller. But yeah, Temu really doing some really good little resin kits, and they're all proper resin. They're not 3D printed. They're poured resin. So yeah, if you want to see them painted up, let me know, and I'll do that. But otherwise, thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe if you can. It does help. And I'll see you again next time. Thanks, Ed. Bye.